Welcome to this mini Yin Yoga sequence for open and juicy hips. This part of our body cause often a lot of frustration because we compare ourselves with others who can do much more advanced poses or can go into more acrobatic positions, and then we stay here with our closed hips and have to deal with a lot of inner negative chatting. So let's have a closer look to this wonderful part of our body and make friend with whatever we will find there. So make sure that you sit in a comfortable and stable position. If necessary, sit a little bit higher on a block or on a rolled blanket. Roll your shoulders back and down and rest your hands wherever they do not cause you any strain around the shoulders. And then soften through your breath. And let your breath flow through your open hips in these moments. Feel the warmth in this area, the creativity. Maybe you feel a difference between the left and the right side of your hip. And simply bring your awareness in and the breath more and more into this region. No need to pretend anything. No need to prove anything. There is nothing wrong with you, no matter how much your hips open or how much they are closed. And while you stay here for another minute to really pause and arrive here, ground yourself through your sitting bones with the earth. Feel the support and the safety that comes from her. And then maybe you feel safer to really open up in your hips, relax all these muscles in the pelvic floor while still being upright, strong and elegant. This is the first step to really befriend your hips and to really become at peace with this important, juicy area of your body. So after you have had these few moments to connect with your hips, we move now into half butterfly pose. So just straighten one leg out. It will be here your right leg, and then your left hip will still be opened. Make sure again that you get grounded through your sitting bones first, and then from here begin to move forward with your upper body and to fold over your straight leg. Again, here Emily is able to simply fold forward and be comfortable. If you feel a strong strain under your straight leg and the knee, simply put a rolled blanket under it. And if your body does not fold forward so easily, so then support your head with a bolster, with a block, with a rolled blanket, and then wait till your body invites you to go deeper. This sequence is for the hip, and the hips, they are really the connection between the upper body and the lower body. So you will experience for sure in this position that there are, or maybe sensations that come around or from the spine, from the lower spine, or sensations that you will feel from the leg, from the hamstrings. So simply start to surrender, to feel, to welcome any sensation and not judging them either good or bad. And of course, remember that Yin Yoga is a therapeutic practice. So you have the freedom and the responsibility to adjust every pose to your own personal needs and circumstances. After a while, you will get clear signals from your body. Have you gone too fast, too deep? So you will have to move out a little bit of the pose or use other props that support you in a higher position. Or when the fascia is melting like chocolate in the desert, then you automatically and naturally simply move deeper. Or you want to move the angle of your body so you get and you have access to a different part of your hips and lower spine. A few more breaths here in half butterfly. That is just opening one side of your hip while bringing length and elasticity in the lower back and the hamstring of the right of the straight leg. And then prepare yourself to move out of the pose, walking yourself back up. Don't change the legs yet. Simply bring your spine in an upright position. Pause here and feel after having been in this forward fold. Now in the neutral curves of your spine. And then move this left band leg a little bit forward so your shin bone is parallel to the edge of the mat. From here, bend the right leg as well and place the right foot on top of the left knee. And simply stay there for a moment and check in with yourself, with your body, your hips, and your knees to agree with this position. If your right knee is too high, you probably want to place the right foot in front of the leg on the ground. One of these positions will be the square pose from where we are going to move forward. But there is another variation when you want to tighten, when you want to close the shoelace a little bit more. So we go into the shoelace here. Emily demonstrates it. So you just walk the feet more around your hips and you will get more sensations on the outside of both hips. And from here you can either stay upright. Many of us get enough sensations here, or you can start your way moving forward, folding over your crossed legs, folding over your legs in square, resting your head either on your knees, on your fists, on a block. So it will be very different for each one of you. And from here again, you want to go into the feeling part. You want to feel this position. Every yin position is here to bring appropriate amount of sensation into a certain part of your body. In this case, into the outer part of your hips and wherever you are going to feel it. There is always the possibility to bring or to pad, for example, your knees or your ankles with additional blankets or sweaters or scarves that are around. So don't be shy to make yourself comfortable and to finding comfort within the discomfort. Once the chocolate melts, once the fascia gives in, there is also the possibility that you feel like you want to move with your upper body more to the left side or to the right, away from one hip. And this will give you the access to another part of these hips that you probably may not notice in other situations. Let's have a couple of more breaths here. Being fully aware where you get the sensations, not judging them or your hips, and making this same friendly connection with your hips as you did while you were sitting in the first pose. And then again, after the next full exhalation, come slowly out of this position. Straighten your legs out. Maybe you want to lean a little bit backwards and simply shake your legs out, or windshield wiper them to the left and to the right. And then come to stillness again in a seated position. And as we have two legs, we move into half butterfly on the other side. So please straighten the left leg out now in front of you. Give yourself another moment to ground through the sitting bones with the earth. Feel if your right knee, if there is some pain or strain, simply put a block or rolled blanket under your right knee. And then start to fold forward over your straight leg. Again, take any props you need to support this full forward bend. Either under your straight knee, putting something to release the tension, or supporting your head and neck so the forward bend is not as complete and not as strong. And don't be surprised if on this side you will get complete different sensations around your hips or around the lower back or the back of your legs. Become aware of the differences that are at home in your body, especially between left and right. There is nothing wrong with you. This is the natural, inherent ability of the body to compensate and to adapt. Again, welcome any sensations, make your wise choice to adapt this position to your personal needs. And bring this loving kindness into this devotion, into this position where you bow to yourself. Remember, Yin Yoga is not only for the physical body to bring you more flexibility and openness. Yin Yoga is especially here to create a different relationship to who you are, to become your own best friend, and to fully accept whoever you may be in this very moment. Respect signals of your body, whether backing off or whether going deeper into the pose. Breathe into these places where you feel most resistance. Those are the places that need really your attention, that need your compassion. You do not need to fix these resistances or tensions, but you need to give those places and sensations more attention and loving kindness. Take another full in and exhalation here. And using your hands, walk yourself back up in an upright position for your spine without changing the position of your legs. And then open the right leg a little bit more, that the right shin bone is parallel to the edge of your mat. And swing your left leg over so your left foot can rest on top or close by the right knee. And from here you decide which version of these three that we have seen on the other side is best for you. You can also explore either stay here in square, or you can put the foot in front of you on the ground, or you can go and move the feet around your hips into shoelace. Wherever you decide to stay, give yourself enough time to stay with an upright spine. This can be enough, and you want to stay there the whole rest of the time. But if you feel safe, then start to move forward over your square legs or shoelace legs. Go slow and conscious so you feel where your first edge is. That allows you to have this appropriate amount of sensation, but still in a relaxing way. It's not so much where we want to go, how open that we want our hips to be, how flexible we want our spine to become. It's about accepting what our body tells us, the signals that we get from her or for him. And as I said before, and I cannot repeat it often enough, to become our best friend, our own best friend, to treat us the way that we wish so much that others treated us, to give us this loving, unconditional love and acceptance that we so often give others, but we neglect ourselves. So let this position for open, free and juicy hips become a real healing position to connect with this sacred essence that is living inside of us, and that's longing to be seen. Again, any inputs or impulses you get to move your spine a little bit more to the left or right, or to open the legs a little bit more, or support one side or the other, please go for it. Trust yourself. And it's really not necessary to do both sides the same length or the same way. as it is a therapeutic practice. So we adapt the pose to the needs and circumstances of our body, which can be different from left to right. So we are going to come out here after the next full breath, but if you decide to stay longer, please feel welcomed and feel free to do so. And use your hands again, your arms, to gently come back up. Waiting again a moment with a relaxed, upright spine. Breathe again into your hips, into your pelvis. Do you feel any difference here? Is there any change of temperature, of openness? And befriend these sensations. After these quite intense positions for our hips, we finish now this mini sequence for the hips in a nice Shavasana. This is the best pose where you can feel the rebound in a neutral position for your hips, for the spine and for your legs. So be slow also here, even when you know it's now the last pose, and simply straighten the legs out in front of you. Move slowly backwards until you feel the support of the earth under your spine. Give enough space for your arms to rest next to your body. Open your legs also wide enough so your hips really get the space they deserve. And simply feel the rebound here. The rebound is or are these sensations that come up after we have stayed in a pose for a while. After we have stimulated the chi and the blood supply in a certain way. And now in this neutral position of our body, we feel this inherent capacity of healing within ourselves, in our physical body, in our soul, in the quality of our thoughts, and in the free flow of emotions. So may you have found peace with your hips, whether they are open or whether they are closed. And may you have become now your own best friend. Thank you so much.